Good to have you with us in this edition of the Urban Debate. We begin with the spotlight on the current monsoon session of the Parliament. Viewers, for any healthy, functional democracy, it is extremely essential that the biggest of the policy decisions, the biggest of the issues plaguing the people of the country are discussed, debated, and then policies are decided accordingly in the Parliament itself, which is why we believe it is extremely crucial to have a functioning House. But day one was anything but functional in terms of both the upper house and the lower house. Day one started with a ruckus, lots of chaos and sloganeering. Now, of course, the opposition's job is to question the government, is to counter the government on various handling of the issues. But it's the manner in which it is done that often becomes the question of the debate, as is tonight. Today, when the monsoon session began, Prime Minister Modi himself in the Parliament stood up to introduce the new ministers who've been brought into the Modi cabinet just a few days ago. At that time itself, there was so much disruption that the Prime Minister of this country was not able to speak and had to abandon his address midway. When he first started, and he said we want a discussion inside and outside the Parliament, the opposition began to heckle. Congress, TMC, DMK MPs started to raise slogans. When he said and appealed that you can ask questions, you ask as sharp questions as you want, we are ready to give the answers, the opposition did not listen and continued with its sloganeering. When he went on to say, ask questions and allow us to answer, there was sloganeering on price rise and farm laws. He even went on to say, I thought you would be interested in knowing the larger representation of various categories of people that we have in our cabinet today. And you would want to know about the new ministers, which is why he was introducing them in the first place. None of this happened. Every time that the houses reconvened, there was ruckus, and then the proceedings had to be adjourned. Ruckus, adjournment, ruckus, adjournment. Now, here is the message that we here on the Urban Debate on Mirror Now have for our parliamentarians. There are very serious, grave issues plaguing the country right now. And while, yes, the opposition is right in raising some of these issues, we want a conversation, a healthy debate, questions and answers to take place inside the Parliament. All your other rhetorics, coming up to the Parliament in cycles, standing outside with placards, sloganeering, all is just drama and theatrics, which will only garner you eyeballs, but it will not help us as citizens of this country. We want you to talk about the fuel price hikes and what can possibly be done to give relief to the common man. We want you to talk about the jobs crisis, which is as much of an issue today as it was last year at this time, a year before that, and is an issue which is only worsening. We want you to talk about the ongoing pandemic. COVID hasn't gone away. We are still under lots and lots of restrictions and curbs. On a daily basis, we are still recording a good number of cases. The third wave warnings are repeatedly being given by the experts. The vaccination drive is still at a slower pace than what we would want it to be. We want our parliamentarians to discuss healthcare infrastructure. What is the plan as far as oxygen supply is concerned, oxygen plants are concerned? What is the plan as far as ensuring that the needed drugs are available for when the next spike hits our country? And we want our parliamentarians to discuss how they will revive the economy. It's not just about numbers. You need an actual plan. You need to discuss each step, each policy, what is the ground reality, and what more can be done. So tonight, this is the only question I'm asking our members of Parliament. Will we get a healthy discussion, debate, and discussion on the bills that are going to be tabled in the Parliament? I say good evening to those who are joining us right now. Charu Pragya of the BJP, Jyoti Mani of the Congress Party, Professor Dinesh Varshney of the CPI, Syed Afzal Abbas of the JDU, Om Prakash Mishra of the TMC, and Dr. Naval Kishore of the RJD joining me this evening. And let me actually start off with Dr. Naval Kishore. Mr. Kishore, what is the point of all the sloganeering and of all the dharna when we are not able to hear what the government has to say in response to your questions?
If you understand and if you respect the democratic process, these are the various methods in democracy through which you can force a government which is equal to autocrat in not listening to opposition, always dismantling, rejecting what opposition is saying. This is a healthy way of asking things. What is the interest? What is the priority of Prime Minister? You must have understood today. His priority was to tell to the nation that look at my cabinet. After 7 years, I have got a cabinet. I will tell each and everyone about whom I will tell the details, which caste he belongs to, which community he belongs to, how that means that he is interested in solving the problem. And in that, apart from that, there is something which has come of urgent importance to know this country, that what kind of method this government is applying to demean the democracy by snooping, by the method of snooping, by applying snooping to the different leaders, not only leaders, it is journalists, judges, and all important to the country. The list is as long as 300. So if the member of parliament means opposition, means the people of this country would like to know that is there a fact, simply rejecting those things by saying that there is no fact without considering the nature of the problem, even though there are a lot of things in the social media as well as in the public domain, the government is not trying to listen to the opposition. What is the way in which opposition can force government to come to the talk? See, discussion has a meaning. It has to be both sides, dialogue between the opposition and the government. It is not just the government will say and sermonize and we will listen. That is not discussion. Nothing is come out. Whatever you say, and if you consider that this is a statement on fact, and you have to accept, this is not going to be done. You have to answer why did you mismanage? What was the compulsion on which you managed the whole corona pandemic affair? What is the compulsion? How can you reduce the prices which is going on every day across the country relating to petrol and diesel and gas cylinder, which is bothering opposition, which is bothering each and everyone in this country? You have to come on the statement of fact. He is not interested. The government is not interested. The government is interested in contesting and fighting election in Bengal. Whole parliament, whole cabinet member, along with the prime minister, was there in Bengal for so many days, leaving everything for what is happening in such things. So the question on job, the question of unemployment.
So, okay, Dr. Naval Kishore, what you are saying about the issues that have to be raised, whether it's fuel prices or farm laws, whether it's the handling of COVID, all of those are fair issues to discuss. But at what point, how are we saying that the government is not interested? Jyotimani, how are we saying that the government doesn't want to have a conversation on day one itself, in the first hour itself, before any of the proceedings are actually held?
Can you give me 5 seconds? I will just respond. 5 seconds. Yeah?
Yes, okay. 5 seconds. 5 seconds to Naval Kishore, and then I take that question across to Jyotimani of the Congress.
Yes. You know, there is ample example in this country in the past 7 years. They have talked to farmers 11 rounds. They say that they have talked 11 rounds to the farmers. Still, farmers are sitting for past 7 months. That shows what is and how the government is interested in solving the issues. You know, the country is known by farmers. And if they are not able to settle the problem with the farmers, the issues for which they are sitting for past 7 months, what can we expect from this government? This government has to force to discuss on the issues on the basis of priority and on the basis of equality in the parliament. Not that the government says that these are solutions you have to accept. That is not going to happen. This is why there is a problem. Yes.
Okay, let me take it across to Jyotimani and then we'll bring in the BJP as well. Yes, why is it that we're not even giving a chance to the government? You have the issues, you issue notices, the government says ask your questions, we will debate all these issues, but where is the debate?
Will this government actually have the tendency of listening to the opposition, listening to the people. Actually, they are willing to respect the democracy. Do you think the farmers across this country were sitting in Delhi for the last 1 year? Do you think petrol and diesel are selling at 100 rupees and gas cylinder at almost 1,000 rupees? Will this government actually has any capacity to listen to people? Will they literally pass this draconic agrarian laws without even consulting the states? See, this is not the first time the government is in power. Before that 10 years, there was a Congress government. Tell me any instance where Congress government is not listen to opposition, is not willing to listen to people. So this government has a despotic tendency. They don't respect democracy. They don't respect opposition. They don't respect people. So in that situation, it's a duty and responsibility of the opposition party to give the voice to the people feelings. What is the common man in the street feeling? See, even for the COVID management, if the government could have listened to Mr. Gandhi and all other people, medical fraternity, who warned this government back in February last year itself, India will not end up in such a bad situation where people actually fighting for oxygen and lives. So this government, whether comes to the economy or the social changes, or the reservation, or the MSME industries, our agriculture formulas, our labor codes. This government never listened to people, never listened to opposition. So that is why opposition has to be getting aggressive in expressing the people issue. And Prime Minister is crying in the floor of the parliament that actually he was not allowed to introduce his cabinet colleagues. I would like to read you something. This is a statement of the Prime Minister. Have you ever heard of a situation in any parliament where the Prime Minister is not allowed to introduce his council of ministers? This is not the present Prime Minister, Mr. Modi. This was the then Prime Minister, Mr. Manmohan Singh, on June 4th, 2004, when BJP disturbed the house. They were not allowed, the then Prime Minister, Mr. Singh, not introduce their cabinet colleagues. So it's better actually listen to the common man in the street, listen to the opposition, respect the democracy. Instead, what this government doing, they're actually stooping too low to actually to spy on people, journalists, opposition leader like Rahul Gandhi, and even allegedly their own ministers, two of their ministers. Is this what government do? Do you think this government is listening? Do you think this government is willing to listen to people? Do you think this government actually going to the street, meeting the farmers? Tell me, when was the last time the Prime Minister of this country, Mr. Modi, listen to common people, listen to your woman, listen to your farmer, listen to your MSME industries, listen to a laborers?
Ms. Jyotimani, I just want to say here, I would know if the government is listening to the opposition or not, provided we allow a conversation to take place. To start off on this confrontational note is not going to get anywhere. I do believe the conversations have to be about price rise, about inflation, about unemployment in this country. But if it's going to be lost in a cacophony of sloganeering and danga inside the well of the house, then it's not going to lead us anywhere. But let me ask Raman Malik of the BJP to respond to this. Raman Malik, we have now the RJD and the Congress saying, how can we trust this government to have a conversation when they haven't even heard the voices of the farmers who've been protesting for the last 1 year?
Well, the farmers, a lot of them, supposedly the farmers asked to speak, have been exposing themselves off, whether it is Rakesh Balyan or Mr. Taruni. They are known politicians who have fought their elections not on the farmer basis, but on the tickets of various political outfits. Now, having said that, now my point is very simple, that those who are today questioning me or my party must not forget that an RTI was very clearly there in 2013. It was not our government there. And this RTI exhibited that over 9,000 phones and 500 emails were snooped on, listened to by the UPA government. Now, will anybody from the supposed whistleblowers or the so-called intelligentsia or the Congress or the RJD, because RJD again was part of it, the communists were part of the UPA for a time being. Now, will they tell us what were the 9,000 odd phones being listened for? What was the issue? Today we know that there is an issue with certain media outlets which have an anti-India agenda, which have an agenda of promoting an anti-India sentiment, whether it is the New York Times, who have come fully in open that they want anti-RSS, anti-BJP, anti-Modi guy. Is that the role of the media? But having said that, my question here is very simple. What did the Congress do for the farmers for so long? Zero. Mr. Huda was the chairperson of the committee supposedly to take the Swaminathan Commission recommendations and preside over it. What did he do? Zero. The person who christened the name Pappu and who said Munni Badnaam hui is today made the president. This is the state of affair of those people who are talking about democracy and everything. They do not have internal democracy in their own party. Now comes the important part of what the whole issue should have been, that there was a list of about 23 odd laws and 23 odd bills that were supposed to be coming up and which will be. Important issue is to discuss those and discuss whatever issues you have. And not to forget, the Prime Minister had categorically said that in case of the pandemic, we will have a conversation. He said that for the corona, we will have a conversation tomorrow evening. He's open to those. He's not shirked back. But the point is that the opposition is taking a garb, hiding behind this so-called leak, which has fizzled out in its first blow itself. The Pegasus or the NSO has clearly, the minister has clearly
I don't know how you
statement.
say it has fizzled out without any due investigation taking place into what these allegations are and what these claims are. It doesn't fizzle out just because you want to dismiss it, Mr.
I am
Raman
not
Malik.
discounting
But I
it,
come back
Tanvi.
to the other issues that you've raised, and let me take it across. Let me take it across to Professor Dinesh Varshney. Professor Dinesh Varshney, if the Prime Minister and the government are saying we're ready to debate the issues with you, we're going to talk about COVID policies tomorrow, why isn't the opposition allowing the House to function?
Look, Tanvi, first of all, the BJP should not give us sermons of idealism of parliamentary democracy. It is the BJP who has instigated and initiated these type of disruptions without discussion continuously 4 sessions of parliament before 2014, if you remember. And it is the BJP who has disrupted the House on many of the occasions on the similar point of view. Number 2, the protest and boycott of the House and opposing the government, even not allowing the 0 hours, is a form of the parliamentary protest throughout the world, not only in India. Number 3, the farmers are sitting on the borders. More than 600 farmers have lost their lives. They have become martyrs because of the calamity. And the government of India, Modi, has not said a single word in condolences. More than 27 lakh in by one model and more than 40 lakh by another model or method of mathematical model.
Because of their remote control,
1 minute, please. 1 minute, Mr. Raman Malik. Allow everybody to hear what he has to say. I will give you due time to respond. Don't worry. This is not the parliament. Let's have a constructive conversation where we can hear all sides. Yes, Professor Varshney, finish your point.
I sent you the report of 9,000
Look,
being
by one mathematical model.
No, let him make his point. Let him make his point. When I come to you, you raise what you want.
What
Dinesh
Modi
Varshney,
said in
please.
Banaras 3 days ago is complete lie. Whether it is a governance or dealing with the pandemic of corona in UP or India is absolute lie. And they say people should not make a hue and cry. As a matter of principle, Communist Party of India and the left parties are always of the view the House should be allowed to discuss. protest is allowed, protest is okay, but how should discuss the people's issue. But at the same time, it is the duty of the government to see to it the opposition is listened, they are honored, they are respected, and their promise and the promise given by the government to the opposition should be adhered to. Don't you know this thing? How the farming laws has been passed in Rajya Sabha? They know, BJP know that on that day in which they say pass, they were 14 members less than the majority because Akali Dal did not support them. That's why they said, who violated the parliamentary norms? Who debunked the parliamentary? Who raided the parliamentary democracy? It is the BJP. So please don't give us the sermon. Number two, see, whether on every front, this government is a failure. Whether it is unemployment, price rise, even the economy, it is going in deeper minuses. And lying, corruption, they say we are corruptionless. Every day their corruption comes, they don't allow to discuss. Opposition members are targeted by their arms of ED, NIA and others, not the BJP members, not the BJP leaders, despite their names have come in the corruption. Recently, this Ministry of Information and Technology, this CAG report, which Congress had a press conference and others are also raising. So these are the things. And this biggest thing is the attack on the federal character by this government day and every night. This government is following the policy of majoritarianism. This government is following the policy of dividing the society, dividing the people of India on the basis of caste, on the basis of religion, on the basis of...
No, but Professor Vashre, at the end of the day, none of you are giving me an answer to a very simple question I am asking. I'm not asking you to list out the problems of this government. I'm asking you to list out the problems with this government's policies inside Parliament in a manner where it can be properly discussed, highlighted, so people of this country really know what is what. Now, sloganeering and making noise is not going to help. That's the point that I'm trying to actually make here. Let me just bring it.
Why Modi ji has not called the all-party meeting a month before? Why the Modi ji has not called the all-party meeting before this first wave is over of the COVID? What to do? What not to do? Why Modi ji has not called the all-party meeting, which even Bajpayee ji was calling, but he has not called? He said whatever the credit should go.
Okay. Syed Afzal Abbas. When Syed Afzal Abbas, here is the point. Here is the counter from the opposition. Right. Right. Syed Afzal Abbas, ये है ऑपोजिशन का काउंटर कि पूरा कोविड का वेव 1 हो या सेकंड वेव हो, आपने ऑपोजिशन से एक भी बार सरकार ने बातचीत नहीं की, एक ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग नहीं बुलाई, तो जब बातचीत हो ही नहीं रही है तो उनकी क्या गलती कि अब आके उनको ऐसे तमाशा करना पड़ रहा है पार्लियामेंट में?
देखिए, बहुत सारे हिंदुस्तान में मसले हैं, इससे इनकार नहीं किया था, या इकोनॉमिक इशू हो या फिर आप पेट्रोल का इशू हो, महंगाई हो। भाई, विपक्ष के लोगों को एक लंबे अरसे के बाद से अगर पार्लियामेंट चल रहा तो चलने देना चाहिए। आप बात उठाइए, देश के सबसे बड़े पंचायत भी पूरी दुनिया देख रही थी, तो इस तरह का हरकत नहीं करना। तो सबसे बड़ी बात तो ये देखिए, जब रिशफलिंग होता है, रिशफलिंग के बाद से नए मंत्रियों का इंट्रोडक्शन जब प्रधानमंत्री के आते हैं वो भी ढंग से नहीं हो पाया। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि सिर्फ एक इशू करना, एक दिखाना कि पार्लियामेंट में हमने विरोध किया, हम कहते हैं कि करना चाहिए, बिल्कुल कीजिए, लोकतंत्र में सबको इजाजत है अपनी बातों को रखना, लेकिन जो बिहेव किया गया वो मैं उसको कोई भी इसको सराहना नहीं कर सकता है। इसलिए विपक्ष को भी अपनी मर्यादा के तहत काम करना चाहिए और सवालों को पूछिए। पार्लियामेंट में जब बहस होगा, आपके सवालों को उठाएंगे, उसका जवाब मिलेगा। आप सुनना ही नहीं चाहेंगे, लोकसभा चलने ही नहीं देंगे, तो ये इससे फायदा क्या? कितना लाखों करोड़ों रुपया का खर्च होता है एक बार पार्लियामेंट सेशन चलाने में, तो ये देश की संपत्ति में बर्बाद होती है ना, हमारा आपका पैसा बर्बाद होता है। तो इस पर भी विपक्ष को की निगाहें होनी चाहिए। मेरा ये मानना है कि बहुत सारे मसले हैं, मसलों का समाधान होना भी चाहिए। शिकवा गिला हो सकता है, हाँ, आज हम सरकार में, कल आप सरकार में होंगे, नहीं होंगे, तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हम पार्लियामेंट चलने नहीं दें। अपनी मर्यादा के तहत पार्लियामेंट चलना चाहिए था।
petrol prices.
democracy
Let's
come
take
on
up
a
some of
day
these issues
when
right now,
when
one
the
by one,
farming
and have a
laws in the
conversation that
Rajya
should
Sabha
actually be
passed by the
resonating
minority
inside the
by
parliament
saying
as well. Petrol prices have gone up 40
BJP was
times
the
since May
minority on
4th.
10 Rajya Sabha.
Diesel prices have gone up 37 times since May 4th. In almost every metro city, prices of petrol are above 100 rupees per litre. The amount that is going to the government basis the excise duty has gone up significantly by 47% because of these hikes. So Professor Om Prakash Mishra, I understand if you want to and your party wants to cycle to the parliament in a symbolic protest, but what's the point? If you don't allow the parliament to function and there isn't any accountability of the government on these price hikes.
Thank you for bringing me in. I would like to submit that our union government is neither responsive nor responsible, neither sensitive and not trying to uphold the democratic system, constitutional democracy that we do have. I agree with you that the parliament should have a smooth functioning, but then the responsibility lies with the government. As many of the panelists, co-panelists have already pointed out, the government actually does not want to have a discussion. They have kept on postponement of discussion, postponement of the needed necessary parliamentary session. And then we do know that there are so many pressing issues. Foundational system of the Indian economy is being systematically destroyed. Not only that, we find that India has emerged as one of the countries where the COVID mismanagement is at its highest peak. And then, of course, we do know that what is the situation so far as the prices are concerned. So, therefore, the opposition has got some very legitimate reasons to raise it. There was no need and necessity for the government to avoid going through an all-party consensus on the business of the House. And then you see the Prime Minister should have
Yes, but did you have to, Professor Mishra, did you have to necessarily start raising and sloganeering those issues when the Prime Minister was introducing his new cabinet?
Part of the Council of Ministers. You cannot have a foreigner here. So therefore, that person should be immediately dropped. So where is the mistake on the part of the opposition to raise this very legitimate issue? You yourself, you have admitted that what type of LPG cylinder prices they have gone up by 47%. Petrol is above 100. Diesel is now reaching 100 rupees 100. So what is happening in this country is a matter of very legitimate concern. And the various opposition parties, and especially our political party, we are trying to raise these issues. They believe in consultation, but then the government is actually trying to undermine the center-state relations, trying to weaken the state. They are trying to use the different types of agencies against opposition-ruled state. So far as Bengal is concerned, BJP and RSS and central government, they have launched a very destructive attempt to build up a narrative against Bengal. So all this actually does not behove the central government, and we would urge the central government and the leaders therein to listen to the opposition. Opposition is part of the democracy. I do know that the RSS does not believe in democracy. They are actually very open about it. They have written about it. But then since you are being elected, so you actually have also to take the opposition along. But
let's stick to the core issues, please. Let's cut through the clutter and stick to the core issues, the issues that you and your party and other opposition parties want to raise and should have a discussion on. Yes, Raman Malik, respond to what TMC is saying.
Okay, so couple of things which I've noted down, I would like to quickly rebut to them. If Mr. Varshney has the guts, I challenge him today. Please file a case of a scam where the evidences are sustainable in the court of law. If he wins, I will quit politics. Otherwise, he will, if he has the guts. Number one. Number two, we did multiple meetings with the chief ministers of all states the parliament, the Prime Minister's office has been doing these meetings, and there have been multiple meetings with various parties, various personnel of importance and eminence throughout the country. Third, if Priyanka Gandhi can try and take a claim that she was the one who wrote a letter and the CBSE exam were postponed, now why cannot they start bombarding the Prime Minister's office by sending their letters? They can at least show कि हमने कुछ करा है, मुंह जुबानी खर्च नहीं करना, actual में कुछ करिए. Third, when you talk about the price rise and constantly you've been talking about it, why can you not in the parliament, all of you get together and say, we are ready to let go of the VAT, you let go of the excise, get it under this GST, move a bill, move a private member's bill on this and expose us that we are not letting you do it. And last but not the least, please see your conduct in the last 7 years in the Rajya Sabha, see your conduct in the Lok Sabha and compare the same of the last 7 years of UPA when we were in the opposition. You will be ashamed of your conduct.
Look, Tanvi, let me answer you.
Mr. Raman Malik, I think the data is widely available of how in the UPA's last 3 years tenure at least. Mr. Raman Malik, I think the data is available for everybody to see the kind of productivity we saw in the House even when the BJP was in the opposition. Don't use that argument. Also, let's not go back to what happened 8 years ago. Professor Varshney wanted to come in. Yes, Professor Varshney.
Look, Tanvi, what Mr. Malik is saying, I challenge him. Have you given a revenue losses because of GST to the states? No. You said let the state take loans. You have not given them their revenue. Some of the states you have eaten away even more than 40,000 crores. Arey Baba, how many tax exemptions have you given to the monopoly, your friends? How many tax exemptions you have given to your friends, Baba Ramdev? I am asking you, no. Come, please don't do it. I have not interrupted you. This is your undue practice. This is very bad. You are not ready to listen. Because you will be exposed now. I am asking you again. I am asking you again. Were you in the majority?
Wait. Raman Malik, wait. Raman Malik, wait, please. Nobody interrupted you. Let Dinesh Varshney finish this. Yes.
By murdering the democracy in Rajya Sabha on that day. That is why farmers are angry with you. You have not given them C2. You have not given them the Swaminathan report. You are looting the people on the prices of the petrol and diesel and exempting the taxes and penalties of the friend of your monopoly friends.
Supported it. And you are talking about saving democracy. Shame on you.
Unemployment rate.
Shame on you.
What is the price rise?
Shame on you. Have you saved democracy ever?
What is the consumer price index? What is the retail price index? What is the wholesale price index? Please see yourself. Highest in last 40 years. Highest in last 40 years. You are looting the people.
I am not understanding anything. 1 minute, please. 1 minute. I don't understand what is going on. Raman Malik, let me just save you some energy. There is no point in you yelling like that. If I can't hear you, definitely the viewers can't hear you. Definitely Dinesh Varshney can't. One at a time, please. One at a time. What are you saying? Say now. 30 seconds. Make your point.
The part of Mr. Raman Malik not to allow me to speak. I am asking a simple question to Raman Malik. I am asking a simple question to Raman Malik. Mr. Raman Malik, on the day of the Rajya Sabha when the 3-form black laws were passed, were you in the majority? No. See the attendance register. You were less than 14 members than the majority.
Sir,
you have given the proxies of the parliamentary democracy, not.
Have you filed anything?
Have you respecting the federal character? No. Almost all opposition chief ministers have alleged you that आपका prime minister सिर्फ मन की बात करता है, जन की बात नहीं करता है.
Okay. Point made by both sides. Point made by both sides. Allow me to come in here. Point made by both sides. What is being said here is on the day when the 3 farm laws were brought to the Rajya Sabha and were voted upon, was proper due procedure followed or not? Now, if it was a big debate, there is merit to raising that point. But at the end of the day, a year later now, either the opposition parties can go to the court and once they get that relief from the court, they can make that point. Otherwise, right now, as things stand, we need to debate the issues that are here right now. I understand what Professor Varshney is saying, but this is otherwise you're going to go in circles with this specific point. Let me bring in at this point of time Naval Kishore again.
I have given him a challenge that if he is able to file one case of a scam against our government with admissible evidence, I am guaranteeing you on your channel, I will quit politics. Is he going to do that? I challenge him.
In the Rafael deal, but you are not ready to investigate. You have
Sir,
removed the clauses, CAG reports. You have debunked the CAG reports even.
Against us. I am ready to put
Why
my
should I
career
file
on
a
the
case?
floor.
We will fight on the streets. We will fight among the people,
No, you
not
will
on
not
the
go
court.
to
This
the
is
court
not
because
you.
you
It
have
is your
nothing.
tactics to go to the court of law.
No, sir.
Not our tactics.
You
The communists
are
fight on
lying
the
on the
streets.
television. That is why you are
Court
not
is
going
always
to
the
the
last
court.
resort. You want
सर
a court the
जिसके
first
पास
resort.
सत्य होता
It is
है
your
वो
tactics to
न्यायपालिका में
degrade the
जाता है
people's attention
झूठा
from the
आदमी
core
ऐसे ही
issues of the
बोलता रहता
people.
है
Mr.
Sir,
Naman
I
Malik,
do
I
not
challenge
care about your
you. I
gibberish.
challenge you. Remove the EVM. You will not get even 10 seats throughout the India now.
अरे remove
People
the
are so angry
EVM
with
so
you.
that your gundas can kill
More than 40 lakh people have
innocent
died
people.
because of second wave of COVID.
You
Have
got zero.
mismanagement.
I want to go across. I want to go across to
Without
other
the
panelists. This
oxygen,
is not helping
without
at all.
the
And Raman
oxygen
Malik,
bed,
if this
without
is
the
how we're
bed,
going to
without
have
the
this
oxygen.
debate, then there is no point to it because I am not going to understand anything. This kind of derailment of the conversation is not allowed. This kind of derailment of conversation is not allowed. Professor Varshney, allow me please to bring in our other panelists as well. Let me go back to Jyotimani. One point that was raised in response, Jyotimani, to what you said about the latest Pegasus report is Raman Malik quoting a story from 2018 where an RTI answer revealed that in 2013 the central government had ordered snooping in over 9,000 cases, including some 500 emails. Now, might I just point out to Raman Malik, central government ordering it following process is one thing, and using a software allegedly to spy without any record and then denying it is another. Now, I'm not saying this or that has happened, but the two aren't exactly comparable because we don't even know what has happened in this case. We would want to know that. But Jyotimani, respond. UPA itself knew how to do surveillance on people. 9,000 cases an RTI government response showed in 2018.
2013 RTI response, man. The report came out.
Before going into it, so the BJP and the government run by RSS, remote controlled by RSS, should not talk about internal democracy of a Congress because we stand for the democracy unlike BJP. Secondly, BJP has only one strategy. Only one strategy. First they lie, then lies are exposed, they shout down others. This is the way BJP's democracy works, whether in the parliament or in the TV shows. Thirdly, I come to the disrupting point. See, now actually the farm laws, actually it's because of opposition, the draconian farm laws were debated. Just because of the opposition vibrancy, respect for the democracy, there is a wall called democracy still exists in this country. What happened after the extensive debate in the parliament? Farmers are sitting in the streets. What happened? Even the labor code passed even without even discussion. So this is the level of BJP's practice in parliament. So now this is not about debate. We, the opposition, Congress party, wanted to roll back the petrol diesel hike and the gas cylinder hike. We wanted the government to withdraw the draconian farm laws. This is about act. No more debate because this debate, because of the insistence of the opposition, it's already done. So just because the government is not listening, people are suffering. Tell me who will give 100 rupees for diesel and petrol and 1,000 rupees for gas cylinder to buy in a COVID situation? This government actually giving the gift to the country 45 years of unemployment, highest unemployment rate. People are losing jobs. When this government woke up to the COVID, almost actually every state actually took people who are affected, 10%, 15% people have died. This government actually when come to the taking an action, the government mocked the opposition leader who cautioned the government to help the people of this country. So this is how this government speaks. Come to the RTI thing. See, I already told this government is lying. The Congress government, see what is Pegasus? Pegasus is an NSO is an organization. This Pegasus is spy software only can be used with the permission of the government, only used by the government. Nobody can use this. So the opposition, when
Gandhi,
whatever
the
actually they
minister
are
has
saying
already
about
given
government,
a statement,
never ever in the history
and
of
the
Congress
point
party,
of
never involved
the
in
NSO,
snooping.
their written response. She's lying on the television.
They
Being a
actually have
member
an
parliament,
agency.
being a
And
member
they're
parliament, I
spying.
expect
Actually,
you
this is
please
what actually,
adhere to
whatever we
the
are
high
saying,
standards
they
of
only
parliament.
come to Congress. They do a circle and that actually,
No,
Congress
you
did
please
this,
tell
Congress
me,
did that,
has the
Congress did this.
Pegasus,
Congress has
has
never
the
did this.
minister,
Congress
has
has
the
never
minister
actually
given a
raised the petrol
statement
diesel
in
price.
the
Tell me
parliament? Were you there in
9.48
the
rupees is a
parliament?
chess on
Were you there in the
petrol.
parliament? Were you
3.56
there in the
rupees
parliament when
chess
the
on
minister
diesel in the
gave a
Congress government.
response
Tell me now
from what
23.
the
One minute,
NSO
1
has
minute. I am
given?
going to now
They
make this
released
very
a
clear.
statement
I
from
will only
the
allow the
opposite
audio of
And
the person whose turn
31.8
it is
rupees
to
on
go
the
on
diesel.
air.
It's a
Anybody
hike of
who wants to make an
247%,
objection
hike
and
of
come in needs to
790%.
raise their
What
hand,
do we
and I will come to you next. Now, this is the rules of engagement. 1 minute, please. May I just come in here? Whoever's turn it is will speak. Everybody else, if you try to come in, we will not be able to hear you. Raise your hand and I may come to you when it is your turn. Yes. Can I only hear Jyotimani now? Yes.
Better BJP learn some decorum and decency first, whether it's in the parliament or in the public forum. Nobody has interrupted BJP person when he's talking. But BJP has the kind of indecency to the last 7 years we have seen. They are actually synonymous with indecency. To interrupt in others because we are speaking truth, they cannot answer. Because they mess this country, they mess the economy, they mess the agrarian, they mess the agriculture, they mess the MSME industries, they mess the education, they mess the reservation because because on the last 7 years, whatever the Congress party and other governments did in 70 years, it's all destroyed by the 7 years by the Modi government. When we said this, because people in the street actually speaking about this, it's a responsibility of the opposition, especially Congress party, who built this nation by brick by brick with the help of this people of this country. We will speak again and again, whether you learn a decorum, whether you learn a decency, we don't care. We will keep speaking the truth. That's what our job.
Okay. Let me take this point across to Raman Malik and now ask him what is it that he is saying. Mr. Raman Malik, since you raised the issue of what happened currently, how opposition behaves versus earlier, let me just tell you that the productivity under NDA is actually double than that under UPA. So this way or that, it is lesser of opposition disruption right now, or you don't care about the disruption, you are still pushing through the bills right now than what happened in UPA.
We
Go
will
ahead.
work for the country, ma'am. For us, it does not matter what we are accused and abused with. We will only work for the nation because nation first is there. But let me bring my rebuttal to the Congress member parliament. And I was expecting that since it is a member parliament, there would be a level of maturity there. But unfortunately, I did not get that. The oil pool deficits.
I'm sorry, please. Raman Malik, I really don't need personal comments from you being the biggest disruptor in this debate tonight. Please keep the personal commentary to yourself. Not allowed on this debate.
Please learn some manners, how to talk to fellow colleagues.
I will
Please
tell you
learn
why
some
I said
decency
that,
and come to debate. Please. I, on behalf of the country and all the women folk, I request you to learn some decency, please.
My elder sister, my sister, I will let you know of why I said that also. The first thing is that the oil pool deficits under the UPA were never spoken about. Second is the oil bonds which are still pending of 1,36,000 crores or more till 2026 have to be answered by why the petrol prices were low and whatever happened. Now, why I said about your decency was about the very fact that you being a member of parliament would have heard the minister concerned when he was telling the honorable parliament and all honorable members about the statement received from NSO stating who all can buy it and whom all do they sell it and what has been the process as received by the government of India from the NSO. That speech is widely available on the internet, on all social media platforms. You can revisit it. And the last thing that you said, you have built it brick by brick. I understand that brick by brick. From 1948 Jeep scam to Augusta Westland and continues. I understand how brick by brick was built up. Thank you.
So what are you saying? I didn't understand. What are you saying,
If
Mr.
there
Malik?
is
Are you
something,
saying
let me
that
answer
the
that.
government is
Please,
not
please,
a client of
let me
Pegasus?
answer that.
Yes or no? Is the government a client of Pegasus or not? Of the NSO group or not?
See, the statement has already, Tanvi, when a statement has been issued by the minister concerned on the floor of the house, I think
The
there is
statements
no
of ministers have
spokesperson.
been contradictory to their own statements of the past. The statements
No,
of
no, no.
ministers have become contradictory to their own statements in the
Tanvi,
past.
please
The
understand.
current BJP
Please
spokesperson,
understand.
former IT and law minister, himself had spoken about how WhatsApp has reported that Indian accounts of Indian citizens were hacked by Pegasus 2 years ago when the story came out. The government portal itself, CERT, had put out that information saying this is what has been flagged off. Today he is turning around and saying there is no evidence. Nothing like that ever happened. Now, so which part and which statement am I
Tanvi,
supposed to
please
take on face
understand.
value
Please
now?
understand. I think you must understand this portion that when a particular subject is in debate in the house, in the parliament, the highest authority is either the minister concerned or the prime minister to speak on the issue. And if they have spoken, the stand is of the party as well as any person related is very much the same as the one spoken on the floor of the house, and nobody refutes it once the words are spoken in the floor of the house. So I believe that the statement of the honorable minister should be taken as the stand of the government, and that is very clearly stated and narrated by him.
So you are saying that the statements made by Ravi Chandra
See, you
Prasad
can-
when he was
yeah.
the union minister and the written
See,
reply given at that point of time in the parliament in December 2019, the written response that said it is likely that personal data within WhatsApp of approximately 20 users may have been accessed out of approximately 121 users in India whose devices the attacker
Can we
attempted
come in
to
now?
reach. Should not be now taken
So-
at face value?
Yeah,
No,
I want
no, no,
to
no.
comment.
There
Yes.
are two different
I want to
issues.
comment.
The 2019
Can I come
issue
in
is
also in this
and the
debate?
See, the Augusta
2021
Vista.
issue.
Yeah, can I comment?
Yeah, one by one. Okay, let me go across
want
Om
to
Prakash
comment.
Mishra and then Naval Kishore. Yes,
Yeah.
Om Prakash Mishra first.
Well, actually, I'm glad
1
that
minute,
this
Jyotimani, I'm coming
particular
back to you.
aspect of trooping by the union government has come to the fore. This was in the making for the last 2 years. In fact, time and again, this issue has been raised. Government has been trying to deny it, but then it is also has admitted directly or indirectly. And now the revolution and the nature and the size of the revolution is such that the entire world actually is now looking at the role of the union government here in Delhi with lot of suspicion. In fact, our international standing has taken a very big beating. We do know very well that the government has been trying to undermine India's parliamentary democracy, that they have been against, theoretically and in terms of their philosophical outlook, against the constitutional democracy in the country. And democratic institutions, they have been systematically undermined in the past 7 years. Mamata Banerjee has been raising this issue about the government trooping on 4 different occasions in the last 2 years. He has very specifically said that the central government is snooping on the telephone numbers of the opposition leaders. Now we also know that the whole lot of journalists they have been involved. Even the lady who led a complaint against the then Chief Justice of India regarding molestation, her phone was also tapped. By looking at all those people whose phones have been tapped, you can very well see, and I can assert here that 2019 Lok Sabha election was thought to be manipulated. The result was thought to be influenced, affected by these snooping activities that was carried out at a very grand scale by none other than the union government and its different agencies. So this is a matter of great shame, and naturally the opposition party, they are going to raise it. And I'm told that even some BJP ministers, their phones were also through. And so therefore, to anyone trying to defend this, that is actually a very poor service to democracy. That is very irresponsible. And I
Well,
can
let me just
assert
make one
the
thing clear. Let me just make
2019
one thing
election
clear
was
before I go to our other panelists.
manipulated, and
Everybody
this was one
raising
of
their
the
hand, wanting to
instruments
make a point. Naval, 1 minute, please. 1 minute. Naval Kishore first. Just making it clear, though, that even the organization reporting on it right now says these names, whether they are the netas or journalists or activists, were on the potential target list. Whether they succeeded, attempted to, succeeded or failed to actually hack, listen and spy on is a matter that would require further investigation, which I don't know if the government is going to do. Yes, Naval Kishore.
Yes, you are very right. If this thing would have been told by either Prime Minister or the concerned minister, that we will inquire and find out what is the fact. Without saying so, they are rejecting it. That is a problem of concern, number one. Number two, you know why opposition do not believe in this government has one reason, and that is the final I will say about the government. The government which starts in the first wave with Tali, Thali and Ghanti and end up by putting the poster मुफ्त में टीका, मुफ्त में इलाज, मुफ्त राशन, without ensuring this टीका, इलाज और राशन, इलाज का आपने देखा कि लाशें जो थी नदियां में तैर रही थी बिहार और यूपी में जहां पर बीजेपी की सरकारें हैं, and then putting this poster is height of shamelessness, and that is the reality of BJP, and therefore we don't believe that they are seriously interested and sensitive to the issues, and that is the whole crux of the problem. And therefore we are questioning this government, and we want this government to talk on the issue of price rise. We also want to talk on the issue of reservation. आप देखो, from 2017 till now, more than 15,000 OBC has been denied of their rights in NEET, that is AIQ, and this government has not said even a word. And this minister has said that we are going to have exam in the month of December. So these non-seriousness of the government speaks volume about what is their seriousness, and they are interested. The Prime Minister is interested in not introducing the minister. He is interested in saying that, look, I have accommodated this caste in my ministry. He is not interested in saying and sticking to what he promised, that sabka saath, sabka vikas and sabka vishwas. He has failed in past 7 years, and therefore now he has come to accommodating different castes and seek support and look behind and go behind them, and whatever he has failed in this past 70 years, he wants to hide. It will not be hidden. We will raise everything, and you have seen that in case of Bihar election, in case of election in Bengal, the people have shown them the door, and it is not for that they will be rejected from this country. This man who is from BJP, he is saying that desh ke liye karte hain.
Okay, let me just bring in Syed Afzal Abbas on this point as well. Syed Afzal Abbas, the failures of what happened in a few states in terms of COVID management is what the government wants to avoid. Syed Afzal Abbas, respond to that.
देखिए नवल किशोर जी हमेशा विपक्ष में हमेशा सरकार की आलोचना करेंगे। आज जो 40 करोड़ लोगों को वैक्सीनेशन दिया गया, क्या बिहार में भी दिया गया, हर जगह दिया गया, तो क्या सरकारों ने काम नहीं किया? क्या ऑटोमेटिकली कोविड का कंट्रोल कर दिया गया? कमियां तो हर सरकार में रहती है। ये पेंडेमिक था या महामारी थी, तो इसमें कंट्रोल तो किया गया। अब रही बात की कुछ कमियां, उसको दूर भी की जा रही है, लेकिन साथ साथ सरकार पे इल्जाम लगाने से पहले भी देखना चाहिए उनका क्या रोल था, उनके पार्टी का रोल क्या था। हमारी सरकार है या बिहार की सरकार हो या केंद्र की सरकार हो, बहुत संजीदगी से कोविड के मसले पे काम किया है। हम लोगों ने भी काम किया है, हम लोग भी आगे आके ऑक्सीजन सप्लाई किया, बोले सामाजिक संस्थाएं की, इन्होंने क्या किया था बताइए आप। ये सिर्फ टीवी चैनल पर बैठ के सिर्फ नीतीश कुमार जी को कोसना है, सरकार को कोसना है, इसके अलावा कुछ के पास है नहीं। इतिहास साक्षी जब इनके पास सरकारें होती तो उन्होंने क्या किया था। हमको काम करना है, काम कर रहे हैं। कोविड के में बहुत संजीदगी से माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने बिहार में काम किया, लेकिन हमारे काम उनको नजर आते नहीं है, सिर्फ इनको आलोचना करने आता है।
जी, काम किया उसकी, लेकिन उस काम के बारे में सवाल जब उठे तो उसका जवाब देना भी सरकार की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, जैसे ही विपक्ष की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है सवाल पूछना। I'm completely out of time on this debate, so I'm going to thank our panelists. But here is the point, viewers. The point is not that the opposition is raising issues like fuel price hikes or the farm laws or COVID management or the alleged mismanagement. The point is not whether the opposition is cycling to the parliament or talking about unemployment or standing outside with placards. All of that is fine. But if you're not going to allow a constructive conversation, if you're not actually going to ask the direct, pointed questions in an organized, civil manner, we will lose this opportunity to hear what the government has to say. So far, the constructive points that we are getting, the insights that we are getting is only via the written answers. But we would like conversations on fuel, on inflation, on job creation, on COVID management, on oxygen plants, manufacturing oxygen, on drug supply, on vaccine policy to be discussed in the parliament. We would like more exhaustive bills to be brought to the parliament, debated properly, and then voted upon, including at some point a law about data privacy, a law about your and my privacy on our phones. If that's not going to happen because we just keep adjourning due to the chaos and the ruckus, then this parliament session is not of any use to any of us. That's the limited point we're trying to make here. Thank you so much for joining us on this conversation.